Okay, now what we're going to be talking about is children. What the children are doing at school, they've been bullying people. So I have an idea. So yeah, this is the very, very last one we're going to ever do. Alright? See ya. That's all. So, that's all it's going to be on 9SMN. Okay? Cool. Oh, that's the way to do it, and right.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So what you just saw was me when I was like 10 years old, maybe a bit older. That is insane. It's like I've always had this photography kind of vlogging in my blood. I was just scrolling through one of our old hard drives and I just came across it all of a sudden and I was like, oh my god. That's insane. I don't know how I wasn't diagnosed with autism. I was just yapping. I was yapping for the fact of yapping. But like, that's crazy that was me when I was like, so I could have been anywhere between 8 years old and I would say maybe 12. Anywhere between there. It doesn't give me an exact date, but that is insane to think that at 8 years old and at 9 years old I was using this exact camera. So this was the family camera. It's like one of these old like the old Canons. I don't know what this one's called. Digital IUX 60. It's a 6 megapixel camera with 3 times zoom, a 5.8 to 17.4 millimeter. That's crazy. Like, this camera, like, it's what I shot everything on. Like, even just picking it up now, I know how to use it. Like, I know where everything is. It's crazy. It's just crazy to think that like an old camera like this is where I started, and like it had 2 batteries, we had all these SD cards for it. Like, it's crazy to think that this is what I was using to shoot that video on. Like, it's very crazy. And now I make YouTube. I'm not big on YouTube or anything, but I do it out of just pure joy and instinct, and because I've always had that interest in photography and everything. And this is where I took my first photos, was with this exact camera. I took all my first photos on this, and this is where the love came from. But I didn't just want to use a digital camera. I love this camera. I love using this camera. But I didn't just want to use this camera. So that's what I used on my very first, like, those are my first 2 videos like I ever took on myself. I still remember doing them and everything, but going on to, this was $220. So like all my Christmas birthday money was spent on this next item. And this was a secondhand Canon 450D. This is a 450D from 2008. I think I bought this in 2012 is when I got this. And like, look at this thing. Like, oh my lord. It came with 2 lenses, a 22 to 80 millimeter. So that's this right here, 22 to 80 millimeter, and an 18 to 55 millimeter. Like, oh my lord, man. It didn't even have a flip LCD. It didn't do video. It was just a straight up, you just take photos with this. We'll go through a lot of the photos that I did take with this camera. This might be a bit of a longer video, but like, I want to go through it. I need to go through it. So we'll start with this camera and everything that this camera is. So starting off, it was a popular entry-level DSLR in 2008. It has a 12.2 megapixel ASPC sensor, a Digi3 processor, a 3-inch LCD, an ISO of 100 to 1600 and 9-point autofocus. Like, what? It takes 3.5 frames per second. This takes 40 photos per second. What? A 230,000 dot LCD. Shutter was 30 seconds, 1/4000. So like, man, this thing is old. When I first got it, this thing was like, I was like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. Like, listen to how tactile everything is. Like, oh my god, like, and like, even when you look at the lens, it just naturally looks dirty, like it has a film over it. It's crazy. Let's go through some of the photos that I've taken. All the way back in 2015, this was like, this is like a selfie that I took with it. Like, what? That is insane. Like, to look back and be like, what am I looking at? Let's quickly flick through these. I'm only gonna probably pop each of these up on the screen for maybe 2 seconds each, because there's so many to go through. So this is like the setup that I had. I had all my stuff in a yellow Pelican case with the same tripod that I use now, but this is actually the second one I have of this exact tripod. And that's like, you know, my old backyard of my old like childhood home and everything. These are just photos that I took while I was out, a helicopter in the sky. That's actually such a beautiful photo. If that was taken with a nicer camera, I reckon I could edit that and make it look amazing. Blurry picture. Oh, that's an okay picture. Blurry picture. That's actually a pretty sick photo with the boat. I could edit a few of these up and make them look nice. That's a nice photo. Blurry. That's an alright kind of blurry. I like that picture. I like shooting lines. This is when I used to love photography, because, you know, I didn't have a job or anything. Blurry picture, but I guess it's like aesthetic. The Hornibrook Highway, Hornibrook Bridge, if you don't know what that is, it's the big bridge that goes across Redcliffe. A picture of like a train, like a little train thing, another one but blurrier. Now, this is when I tried to take night photography photos. Don't judge me, I was using a 450D and no tripod, and I had no clue how to take night photos, so don't judge me. They're all pretty much blurry, out of focus, blurry, 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 blurry. Now that's an alright photo. I took that holding still, and that's an alright photo. Blurry, blurry, very blurry, extremely blurry. That's an alright looking photo. That's an alright looking photo. A bit blurry. Now going back to, oh, that fish has got that bird's got a dead fish in its mouth. I never noticed that in that photo. And the seagull's like ready to take it. That's a pretty cool photo. Blurry. So, it's incredible to look back at like my photography from when I originally started to now. Like, it's actually really cool to look back and be like, wow, okay. I think all these pictures are, yeah, these are when I went with my parents to, I think it's Hervey Bay or something. And then there's a few at the end that are of like a storm, some insects up close, and like a fire, stuff like that. So starting off, these are like the pictures of like the water and everything. That's an alright looking picture. That's pretty nice. I could have shot it a little bit brighter. It's quite dark. The people on the side are really quite blurry. Again, pretty blurry. But an alright looking picture. But again, I was shooting on a 12.5 megapixel lens. None of these are going to be super sharp. But looking at how these are, they're not bad pictures. I've got good framing. I feel like I've always had a good eye for framing. The water is really nice in this photo, and then you got like the people that are swimming out there. I reckon if I just brought up the highlights a little bit, just made it, add a little bit of sharpening, some nice grain, I think it would look pretty nice. Add a little bit more color to the water. This is a really nice photo. I just like it because it's got beautiful watercolor to it. And everyone has got nice lighting on them, so they stand out nicely in the water. That's a good photo. And I didn't have an amazing camera, but I was still taking good photos. Look at the water running off of those rocks. You can't zoom in and get good quality out of it because it's a 12.5 megapixel sensor, because it was never for that. It was an entry level camera. But as a whole photo, that would look beautiful. Put that on a wall, that would look gorgeous. Turn that into a 16:9, print it, put it on a wall, that would look good. Do some basic editing to it, this would look beautiful as an abstract nature photo. I might even do another video of these and go through and edit, pick out maybe 10 of them and sit there and edit them. That looks nice. You got the wood kind of coming off the side, you got the tree coming up through, you got the water and the rocks. There's a little bit too much happening in it. I'd probably crop out the wood and just have the tree and the rocks, but it looks nice. We got, oh, this is a beautiful photo. You got that wave coming across with the surfers. These are beautiful photos. It's crazy to think these photos were taken 10 years ago, but they don't look bad. Just flicking through and looking at them, they look nice. That's a nice photo. You got the land, you got the water coming in. Just make the water look bluer with maybe a bit of a tinge of green in that middle kind of area, and that would look beautiful. The homes in the middle of all the scrub with the water, that looks beautiful. These were some of my favorite photos that I ever took of this lighthouse. I think they look phenomenal. Bridge, a boat in the background, more water hitting rocks. That's a nice photo. That's an alright photo. That's an alright photo. That's a terrible photo. It would look good as a abstract kind of an abstract photo. I'm getting some Van Gogh from the water, if you know what I mean, because it's swells and everything. That's a nice photo. I really like that. I feel like I just haven't taken photos like this in a really long time. And again, it just comes down to, I was a kid. I had the time to sit around and think how I want to take photos. How am I going to fiddle with my camera? And I had the energy to do it. Now I'm working, 45 hours a week. Some weeks I could be working more than that. Get home and all I want to do is plant my ass on the couch and relax. And with this whole 365-day photography thing, which I've kind of stopped doing. Whoops. I've just been exhausted. I've lost my passion for photography because it's just become a chore with the whole 365-day thing. So yeah, but I'll find my passion again. I always do. But yeah, looking at that, that's it's just beautiful. The framing of that window just looks so nice. A nice shot of the curves. The only problem is it focused too much on the curves. I should have shot at a much higher f-stop and then gotten everything in focus. Would have looked so much better. But again, I was young. Beginner photography. That would have looked nicer, but I could even use AI to cut out that kind of business look on the inside where it's posters on the doors and stuff. Take that out and that would be a beautiful photo because it would just look like an old lighthouse. That's a nice looking photo. We've got the hills rolling. You know, you got to look at in the bottom left. It looks pretty nice. Another one, but zoomed out. Blurry. That looks nice. That looks nice. Yeah. And the fire. I think that's a mosquito on a leaf. Very blurry, but I know what I was going for. Oh yeah, I remember taking these, the green spider, and they came out super focused. Even when I zoom in, it has such beautiful detail. Now, I'm like arachnophobic. I can't do spiders, like 90% of people on Earth, because I'm normal. Yeah, but these photos, like that photo turned out looking really good. And then this was a big storm that came over and absolutely slammed us. We got hail, like it was like those storms we got a while ago. We got absolutely smashed. More water. I think they look good. But again, it's all down to opinion. You guys might be looking at these going, these look like trash, but I think they look nice. Like, consider all things considered. Like look at this. There's a lady in a bikini, but I think what I did is I edited her out because I was like, oh, I feel awkward taking that photo. But when you're a kid taking photos, no one's looking at you going, what a pervert. But if I was doing that now with, you know, a $4,000 camera of a lady in a bikini, it's gonna turn people's heads. They're gonna be like, I don't know, he's on full zoom. Yeah, I just like the guy walking with a surfboard with the water splashing. Like, if I could zoom that in, crop that out, and have that as a photo, edit that kid out, I think that would be a great photo if it looked like that. Like, I think that would be an awesome photo. But yeah, it's all because I was a kid. Like, I was a kid. But yeah, like, good photos. I had a very abstract mind when it came to photos. That's why I took a lot of photos like this. You'll notice as we go through, most of my photos are through objects, whether it's plants, trees, wooden beams. Like, I liked lines and I was very abstract thought. I still am. I love abstract photography. It's one of my favorite things to do. Blur, it's like that other one, but just different. But again, lines. Look at the wood. The lines of the wood is what I was taking that photo for. And then over on the side, the lines of the tree branching off. Like, in my mind, that looks good. Like, I used to love this photo. It was out of focus, but because of the line of the water coming through, it looked really nice. And then the lighthouse, again, that one, there was one that I really loved, but I don't know if it's on here anymore. More of those, the weird looking photos. It's kind of like a mixture. So these were more night photos I was trying to take, and they look alright, but you can just tell that they were taken with a not so good camera at night time. Yeah, but that's alright. It was a learning curve. This was down at Caloundra during the daytime. We were renting one of these penthouses. I think I can see it in the photo. It might have been that one. Possibly. I can't remember. It was a really long time ago, but I'm pretty sure it is because of the hot tub that's there, and then the way that the shape of the roof is. I'm pretty sure it's that one. That was an amazing holiday. That was great. What's this photo? Oh, a duck coming out of water. Look at that. Like, and for some reason when I was younger, animals used to come to me like I was Snow White or some shit. Like, it's so crazy to think. And then this was the first day that I got the camera. I just stabbed all my knives in the ground and took a photo. Yeah, and then this was one that I took much later in 2021 with the exact same camera, and it's of the wee banter, and it's in the grass with like flowers around it. So that's like the photography that I had and I was doing back then. And like, it's so crazy to think that when you look at the intro, that kid was maybe 8 to 12, probably maybe 8 to 11 years old. And he was taking pictures like that when he was 13, 14. And like, I find it crazy. And like, even some of these other videos that are on here, like, of a train, but it's like that old kind of blurry, shaky footage. Like, some of this isn't bad stuff. Like, it really isn't. It's just crazy to think that I went from, I started just recording myself with this. I would just be taking videos, taking photos of everything with this, you know, my parents' camera. Then I thought, I really enjoy photography. So I started looking on like Gumtree and all those secondhand websites, and I found a guy selling this. It was a full set. It came with everything. It came with SD cards, 2 lenses, batteries, a strap. It came with 2 tripods. Like, it came with everything. And it was $250, $220 or something like that for all that. But yeah, I still ramble and talk absolute nonsense, like when I was a kid. So that hasn't changed. But I think I might wrap it up there. The next video will be probably super duper soon, and it will be rather the 365-day photography. It'll be just a highlight of the year, or I had something else planned. I don't remember. I need to start writing stuff down. But thank you all for coming out and watching. I'm glad this wasn't a 8-hour long video. I was able to wrap it up pretty quick. But thank you all for coming out and watching. It's been an absolutely amazing year. If I don't get those videos out by the end of this year, just know it's because I'm bloody exhausted. But I want to thank each and every one of you that have liked, subscribed, commented, you know, interacted, just sat there and watched the videos. And I want to thank each and every one of you, because I would still be posting videos even if it got 0 views, but because of you guys, it gives me that meaning to kind of post. It gives me that viewership to know that I'm doing something right, doing something different, not just, you know, following the same thing everyone else is doing. But it means an absolute heap that I'm into, what, 5 years of YouTube now, and I'm still enjoying it. So I'm thanking each and every one of you so much, and I will catch you guys on the next video, whenever that will be. I will see you guys there. Peace. The very last one we're going to do. Alright? See ya. That's all. So, that's all it's going to be on 9SMN. Okay? Cool. Oh, that's the way to do it, and bye.